Good afternoon, everyone. I'm doing some website reviews. Right now, I've got a request to do rohicoffee.ca. And so let's take a look at that one today, see how it's looking. First impression, my first issue is that it's a .ca, which is not the end of the world. Um, Hopefully, it's a Canadian site because that would make sense. If it's not a Canadian site, I recommend rethinking that domain name. They popped up, guys. When you run into an attractive person somewhere out in public, do you ask them on a date right off the bat? Do you ask them for their number or do you want to get to know them first? This right here is the equivalent of asking them for their number right off the bat. It's This is better than a pop-up, but it's a little strange. But I'm going to go ahead and continue. Okay, first impression looks good. It's attractive, nice bright colors. It's a little I don't know why that was so huge for a second there. Must have just been loading. Cool products, decent prices, recipes. Okay, App Store rating, good. It's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at some SEO data here. So their title is a little short. They've got 17 characters in it. That's not bad. That's actually okay. Let's see what it looks like on. This looks like a Shopify site, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Powered by something. Probably, I think that's Shopify. Let's go check out a couple of other pages. Let's go look at blog. Okay, about caffeine intake. How to choose a grinder. Let's go find. Let's go look at some of these recipes. Now it's a Shopify store, so a lot of the SEO stuff, is kind of taken care of for you. Some of the basic SEO fundamental stuff is in place, so that's great. Let's go find a product page. Once you find one product page, they're all basically going to follow the same format, so we don't need to look at a ton of them. So grinders. It looks like it's slow loading, but I think that's just because I'm recording right now. So I'm going to assume that the site loads faster than what it's doing right now. Okay, let's check out this blog post. Caffeine intake. All right, it's a little short. Your blog post, it's a little thin. Google and other search engines, they want to see a little bit more richer content there. It'd be great if you had a picture, a photo. I think it probably is a featured image in here because I think I saw it on the blog list, but it's not showing up in the post itself. Let's look at some of this data. Okay, about caffeine intake, it's good. The description is a little too long. It needs to be about half this length. So this one's 320 characters. You want it to be less than about 155 characters. Blogs, coffee, caffeine intake. I wonder what's, if I deleted that, what's that? Blogs, coffee. That's interesting. Yeah, word count 670. I would try to at least double that. Although that's not a deal breaker. It's okay to be pithy and more concise. Let's try one thing here. Let's take this URL. and run it through Hemingway. Not the URL, the content. Okay, paste that in there. Okay, so Hemingway is only counting 341 words, which makes it even shorter. Look at this. It's written for a grade 12 level. Okay, that's too complex. You want to use much simpler words. You want to use much simpler sentence structures. You've really got to age this down. It would be helpful if there were probably at least one or two headings inside of here. But yeah, this is written for too old of an audience, and I get it. Coffee drinkers are generally going to be a more mature crowd, but they don't want to have to think this hard when they're reading a blog post. This is passive, are held, be served, are steeped, is forced. This is all passive voice stuff. So if we can reword that, it involves pouring hot water over ground coffee beans that are held in a filter. Just say over coffee beans in a filter. This is okay. Let's see. These sentences are pretty long and complex, so you could simplify those a bit. Finally is fine. Typically, coarsely, those are okay. All right. So I'd age it down. Let's leave the site. Let's come back here. Yeah, let's take a look at, well, there's no headings. Description is okay. There are no links here to speak of that I can see. These are all just navigation links. No images. Schema. Okay, this is very basic. I would add some headings, add some bulleted lists, see if you can age down the copy here a bit to make it just easier to read. All right, so now we've got, here's another blog post. This is better, although this image is huge. I don't know what it's going to look like on mobile, but rough idea. Okay, look at that. Image and then the same image. That's not helpful. There are headings in here, which breaks it up, makes it easier. So decide the method, your hand size, your budget. This is a much better structured post than the other one. Let's take this one. Come on. Let's go run this one through Hemingway real quick. Okay, this is written for grade 9. That is much better. If you can get it down to like 3rd or 4th grade level, that is so much easier to read. People can skim it, they'll get it, they don't have to think hard, and it's endearing. People like reading that level of writing. But grade 9 is okay. Grade 8 is even better. The lower you can go, the better. This is a much better post. If I were them, I would pull out this image and just let the heading image stand alone, or at least shrink it so it's just like over here in this corner. But it's decoration. It's not an informative image or anything like that. So that's what I would do there. All right. We've probably done enough blog posts. Let's go look at a product page. Okay, so this is a category page. This is showing a collection of items. Let's go pick one of these. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't actually know for sure what makes a good one. Okay, if you run this through Google's tools, Google's page speed index, they're going to call out a few things. Right off the bat, I know this contrast is way too low. Unless there's a background color that hasn't loaded yet, this is real hard to read, and I've got great eyesight. Anyone older is going to have a real hard time spotting these fields. Any of this, all this stuff needs to be much higher contrast. Images are amazing. The images are great. Those are fantastic. But that contrast, I can't see anything. All I see is a faded buy with shop button. Okay, description is good. I'm not going to run that through Hemingway again. You guys can see how to do that, but I would take all of this text and run it through Hemingway and see what grade level it's written for and try to simplify it. There's a lot of, first of all, I would make the text bigger, which would make it easier to read. What's up? You've got two different types of bullet points here. An image that's the same as the one up here at the top. It's a little strangely placed there. Product reviews, totally unreadable. Can't see any of those. Related products is fine. Let's look at some of the structured data. Okay, title. This is a good title. Someone's going to be searching for this, and so this will rank well. Again, got to shorten up the description. The URL. I don't like having collections in here. It doesn't make a ton of sense when you're looking at the product page because it may exist inside of multiple collections. So why should it permanently be inside of here? And that's kind of a Shopify thing. I don't love it. Okay, maybe there's the canonical URL, so that's fine. That's okay. We're just not on the canonical URL right now. Our count is, it's all right. Are there really 39 images? There can't be 39 images of just this product, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we've got 9. So they're counting logo and the magnifying glass and all these other things. What I didn't check to see is image sizes. Okay, that's pretty big. I think they're trying to support zoom, and so I understand why that image is so large, but ideally this image should be small, and then when you click, if you click zoom, then it would load the larger image. And so it's only downloading data that it needs to in that moment. This notify me when available, and then sideways, this is kind of chaos over here. Move myself out of the way. This is, I get that they want this visible from anywhere on the page, but notify me when available is competing with chat with us, and then over here it overlaps all of these. I'm not a fan of that. All right, that's my quick review of Rohi Coffee. I didn't check to see if they're in Canada or not. But that's the quick review of Rohi Coffee. Hopefully that's helpful. It's a little bit of SEO review and a little bit of usability, conversion rate optimization review. I would crank up the contrast here in this section. I can see that it's sold out, so there's not a strong call to action. Their primary call to action, they don't need this anymore. This can disappear, and they can just have notify me when it's available. That's what I would do. I'd get rid of the extraneous stuff here. And these are not super expensive products. It's $200, so maybe they get a lot of chat questions, but If this were like a $3,000 vacation, then yeah, you want chat with us here. If you're selling a product that's $100 or less, it's probably not going to benefit you a ton to have chat available. But you can experiment with that. Anyway, this is Ryan with Quantifying Marketing with a quick website review. Hopefully, it's helpful. If you want me to review your website, drop a link down in the comments below, and I'll see if I can get to it. Thanks.